Alright guys, welcome back to my channel Basilisk Reacts. For today, very exciting one because we are coming to the conclusion of the official 21 Pilots channel, the story playlist. The contract I have actually already uploaded, but it was my very first watch. I was really just getting into 21 Pilots, and from that moment on, I have been getting to know these boys better and really diving into the story. So I decided I would do a revisit of the very last one of the playlist, the contract. Hopefully I will provide you guys with some new commentary, new things to say, and new vibes, new feelings, because now I think I know a whole lot more when it comes to the story, and the contract is just so story driven, right? So I have it open right now. We just watched Paladin Straight yesterday and it was beautiful, guys. It was so beautiful. So every song that I check out in this playlist, it is just working its way up my feeling, right? My experience to something very great. And I actually am kind of bummed out that I checked this one first. Yeah, I don't know. No one could have prevented me this because yeah, with the contract, I introduced myself into the 21 Pilots community. So yeah, hopefully this will be an interesting watch for both of us, because I must say that well, I have seen it. I haven't checked it out a whole lot after it. So yeah, it's still kind of fresh. So yeah, let's just get into it. 21 Pilots, the contract. All right. All right.
Hello, Clancy.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination I used to see. Wake up and I find out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, better find out where. Better walk around the edge of the room in the I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to say. It felt so real, but now I plead, just take the deal. I promised you a contract. I promised you a contract.
Hmm. Oh. So, first impressions? Nah. It's not my first impressions, guys. I have already seen this, and I must say that I do remember a comment saying, well, this is kind of a crazy introduction to 21 Pilots because the video clip is just so. It's so extravagant, right? It's just so much going on, and I have really seen all the clips really working towards this point, and leading up to this point. And I would say now, I truly understand that statement. It really is a crazy video, and it just shows that I would say, right, this is very recently uploaded, 2 months ago. So I would say, I don't know if that is the case, but we can really see that the budget for the video is just increasing. They are doing well for themselves. So that is why I think this video clip is so crazy. And it really is crazy, guys. It really is crazy. I also remember the first time watching this uploaded, right? It's in the playlist, that I did try another approach of really constructing my videos. And that was, I would watch it and immediately already gave my analysis, pause at some moments, and then rewind a bit. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. So that was really just, I would say, arguably the most lousy video that I have put out when covering 21 Pilots. So I'm actually very happy to do this revisit. Yeah, okay, so let's just dive into the analysis. I do think the feeling that I have is still, actually, I had high hopes for myself, really concluding this with a lot of new information. But maybe in the analysis part I catch a lot of things still, because maybe it is because my first time experiencing this is really just being resummoned, maybe. Yeah, I'm just amazed, actually, more than really catching everything. But maybe it is still slumbering, and with the analysis I am waking it up. So let's go and see if that will be the case. Analysis part for the last one, correct? Let's see.
Hello, Clancy.
Okay, so this is actually the first thing that I really found interesting, because we can see that Clancy is shutting his eyes, and in the end of the previous of Paladin Strait, we see that Clancy is closing his eyes and also opening his eyes, but we are not seeing that consecutively in this video. Rather, we see what is coming before him opening his eyes again. So I think that is suggesting that this is happening before opening his eyes, what we are seeing here, the whole video clip. So I think the color red and the color yellow, I have very early in my inquiry into 21 Pilots have read a comment saying that the bishops cannot see yellow. I already mentioned it, but I think that is a very specific kind of trivia, right? I haven't seen myself how that is apparent or where that is apparent. I am now just taking that comment as as a fact, right? As absolute truth. Because I trust the 21 Pilot community. I think you have all been so very nice and informative. I think I have learned so much from you. So I now can tell you guys that the bishops cannot see yellow. I don't know where it came from, but now that I see the eyes of Clancy starting with red and then turning into what I assume is his original eye color, I think that is interesting because the eyes red, the eyes yellow. When we're talking about yellow eyes, we often associate that with being seized, I would say. And if the bishops cannot see yellow, then they must be seeing something else, right? They must not be seeing the yellow. And maybe no one is seeing the yellow, and the yellow is just for the audience, the purpose, video purposes for the audience, so that we can really recognize someone being seized at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I'm missing some information on that one. But I think it is certainly very interesting to see that the eyes of Clancy are red in the beginning, maybe indicating some kind of being seized himself or being like some sort of hallucination on its own, maybe. Right, inflicted by Nico. And Nico is just transporting him into one of the sickest 21 Pilots video that I've seen.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up.
So I'm reaching, guys. I am just so desperate to add value to this because, of course, it is my second time around for this one. But so the red eyes, right? What does that mean? I think it is very apparent that the formation that all of the characters with the red eyes are standing in is a circle. I would say, right? I think I associate it with, I don't know the absolute truth, guys, but this is what I'm coming up with, is that they are standing in a circle, right? They're standing in a circle, and I would say just the same as when we see the map of the world, right? And Dima being a circle and the outside being trench. And I don't know what the red eyes are then supposed to symbolize, but Clancy himself, right? I think we have seen a very obvious change in color scheme because we have seen him wearing yellow a lot, especially when he is being rescued or when he is escaping and joining up with the Banditos clan, right? And we see yellow, a lot of yellow. And he has gained the power to seize the bishop's power acquired by the, what are these called again? The nets. neural. I don't know. I forgot what it stands for. Um, and we see more red, right? We can see more red. Firstly, when we see the music video clip of Overcompensate, but that was Clancy seizing another. But that is where we, as the audience, can really see Clancy with more red as a theme. And here, well, it is a hallucination of some sort, right? As we have established earlier on in the video, in the analysis. I don't know the facts, but we can now really see him with more redness around him. The microphone is red, the cord is red, some of his clothes, I think some details are red as well. We see Josh as well. This is just really a red theme. So I think this is very much leaning towards the universe of the bishops.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination.
So I really like this shot, by the way. He looks so badass. I really love this one. I just love this pose and the camera work, and I don't know, all the effects that are going on. I really think this is like, I really get the feeling as if we finally reached the final stage, the final form of Clancy, right? The most powerful form of Clancy. And for him to just stand there like this, I would say this is a crazy shot. I love it. But what I wanted to point out is he says promises and contracts I used to keep. I think that is can be very can be big, right? Because promises and contracts I used to keep, I would say, is a very I think he is transcending into another another level. Maybe I talked about how I really just hold on to my insecurities and I just really let it be part of me and I carry it on. But when I hear promises and contracts I used to keep, I immediately think all of the just the way I used to live, right? When I say that, that is indicating growth, I would say. So I don't know. Maybe quite a big dramatic growth is being is taking place here.
How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to see. Wake up and I found out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, did I find out? Better walk up.
Okay, so the song is good, right? The song is good, and I actually I have a double-edged feeling of pausing to really give you guys my commentary because I actually just want to let it play, but we've done that already. So my hallucination I used to see. I think it's obvious, right? Is Josh, is the torchbearer, because of course we can see in which one was it again? I need to double check. In navigating, right? He really realizes that Josh, or so he thought, was just by his side, but it wasn't the case, and he realizes that when he sees the true Josh, Shin Josh. So I think when he says my hallucination I used to see, oh man, I don't know if that is the case, right? Yeah, let's just resume the video and see if I can see some other things, catch some other things. But I think the hallucination he is referring to is my man Josh right here.
Wake up and I find out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, better find out where. Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed where behind my face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around.
This small section of lyrics, I would say, is indicating that he is questioning the reality of it all. Right? I think he is just telling us how he felt during that time. Wake up, is it light out? Right? He needs to confirm one way or another, right? Is this what is going on? I think.
I check the doors, check the windows and pull the blind. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time.
Right? It is just in a state of not knowing what is going on and anxiety because of your unsureness, right? Uncertainty. It I would say couples with yeah, anxiety, panic. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna check the doors, pull the blinds, right? I'm gonna do everything to stay safe. I check the clock, wondering what he will pull this time. Even the concept of time is just, I cannot trust it, right?
Wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that I keep myself up? That's maybe.
Yo, the clip is so crazy, man. The clip is so crazy. I really appreciate the fact that I have been through the story, right? And this, obviously, the end of the playlist is just really has already that weight of it being the end of the playlist, the end of the story that they've put together. And to see the drum, right? I think the drum has the kick drum. I think it is. Has a lot of screen time, and I really appreciate that because on the kick drum we see the emblem of 21 Pilots, and that is just a very nice way of, yeah, I would say animating or editing the video clip. Really, just using that as a scene reoccur many times. I would say it's so cool. It's cool branding. It's just a nice decision, and yeah, I would say for me as a freshly 21 Pilots fan, right? Freshly member of the clique. Hopefully I can say that. I don't know. I haven't had any now I'm looking for that word again. Initiation. I haven't had any initiation program. I know. I was looking for that word in another video. But hopefully you guys accept me as a fresh member of the clique because I would love to be part of it. I am just really appreciating the kick drum and that it is being used to zoom in on because it is us. It is the 21 Pilots. It is the clique, guys. Please, it's me, right? It's me. It's you and me. It's us. It's just us all, right? I love it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe, right? Because we have the core story that is just split up in 12 different videos. One being I Am Clancy, maybe not really a music video, but 11 other music videos that really show the story in a chronological order. But there is, of course, just so much material out there that is also maybe not as heavy on the story, but it certainly does add to the story. Maybe that is also very interesting to check out. But the contracts and the promises that he used to keep, maybe this is referring to something specific that I missed. Is that the case, guys? Or is this just yeah, just vaguely describing the way that I used to be? I love it. And this shot as well. This shot as well. Crazy, crazy shot. I love it so much, man. It's so cool. And maybe it is because well, I wouldn't say I have an anime background, but I do really find those, I would say, I would call edgy kind of moments like this, with the debris, right? These are some leaves, but it really creates that impact of just it almost seems like a natural disaster level of explosion of impact. And for Clancy to just stand here and throw the mic, I don't know, man. This is looking very, very cool. I would say very much in line with this pose right here. Let me see where. Yeah, right. Right? So badass. I love it, man. And then this one, amazing. With the slow-mo, guys, it's crazy. I would say I am not an editor, right? And I don't really know that much about it, but the techniques that are used to really create these effects, I would say are how do I very, very specific. It really seems like the editor or whatever this is called, right? The graphical engineer or something, really has to what is that called? Just micro he needs to perform micro effects or something. Maybe I should explain it this way. While I have limited knowledge on the editor or editing universe, I can see what entry-level editing is because we see it so often, right? There are just so many people really getting into the craft. And all of those people that are just getting into the craft, they use the same techniques because that is the easiest to perform. And when you really just learn more about the program, you start to recognize everything that other people are doing because you have seen it yourself while you are performing it yourself. But I think for the observer as well, we are just exposed to different kinds of techniques, and the ones you see a lot often are easier to perform. And so you recognize it. And when I see this clip, it just feels like it's just so very specific. It is not like a template that you are choosing and that you are just filming this and then just pressing, yes, I want this filter over it, or yes, I want this effect to take place in this moment. It doesn't seem like that at all. I think it looks very sophisticated, and I would say it's a killer graphical engineer or editor or whatever that is called, right? I think it's very, very amazing.
That's maybe how you know that.
I don't know if this is the way Josh hair is with some what is that called, wax or gel, but it does seem like there's some wind blowing in his face. I would say to really add to that impact of the scene. I think it's crazy, guys. But I think it's just Josh rocking out. Crazy, guys. Did you see this? Ugh. Yo, guys, look at this shot right here, man. So I think this can be used for my earlier story that I go on about in Paladin Strait of my insecurities and my interpretation of it. Here he says, I want to get out there, but I don't try. I want to get out there, I don't try. Guys, for the people that haven't seen the previous video, Paladin Strait, it's in the playlist, you can go check it out. But I just want to really double down on this here because it just really confirms that there is a possibility that your insecurities, right, are part of you, and you find comfort in it in some way, right? It is just, this is who I am with my insecurities and all, and it's, I don't know, it, to me it can be quite hard as well, right? It is effort that you have to put to really better yourself, to transform yourself, maybe even. But there is still, there is a part of me that says, how can you leave me behind, right? I don't know. I don't try. I, with the insecurities, and of course guys, insecurities, I don't think I can ever justify insecurities being a good thing, but still I can't let go. I don't try. I like being the insecure me, maybe something like that. And when he says I want to get out there, I don't try, I feel that. It really resonates with me, guys.
I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet.
Ooh, hey, yo, it's amazing.
Feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet.
Damn, it's crazy. Look at this, these pebbles. Oh man. Oh, look at these pebbles. Wow, so crazy. Guys, it's crazy. Right, this shot right here. Loved it. Loved it so much.
I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to.
Guys, it's so crazy of, for sure, being the word that I said the most this clip. But these are all the bodies, the vessels, maybe the corpses that we are seeing here in what is looking like a tornado, right? Very subtle though. Right? Wow. This is, to me, I just like the feeling of feeling really small. So I enjoy watching what would typically be called a great view, right? When you are standing on top of a mountain, and like in Paladin Strait, I would say, where he is starting the video off just playing the ukulele and just watching, I would say, a very broad scenery or part of nature. That is what I really like, and this is really giving me the feeling as if I'm so very small. Yeah, just a side note, but this is crazy. It's crazy. And then this Josh, oh man. And I would say, I really don't feel good about pausing so much, guys. I just really want to listen to it. But this, to me, right, for the few times that I really have seen Josh rocking out, and with the few, I don't really mean a few. I have the feeling that I have seen Josh a lot. This is just like his signature move, man. He is just really stretching out and getting ready to really, you know, just destroy this drum, man. And I love him. Yep. Very interesting, guys. I think this one I stomp at the most because he does very clearly point to Josh when he says, I promised you a contract. So, my hallucination I used to see. It felt so real, my hallucination, it felt so real. But now I plead, just take the deal. Let me put my thinking. My hallucination, it felt so real, but now I plead, just take the deal. So if he is saying, when he is saying, and now I plead, just take the deal, who is he directing this at? Is it Josh or is it himself? And if there is a deal, right, to be taken, is it provided by Clancy or is it provided by Nico? Is it provided by the bishops? And if he is pleading for someone to take the deal, does that suggest that Clancy himself is already familiar with all of what the deal entails? In a way that he is maybe already has taken the deal, right? I don't know. I don't really. It's not I really don't. I don't really. I don't know what the difference is actually for you guys, but to me it feels like a less stronger version of I really don't know. So I don't really know if I have all the necessary information to really know the answer to this part. But I am also, constantly just swinging between swinging. I really have to make up my mind a lot of times when I want to find meaning in the lyrics because I am wondering, is it something specific that is shown in other videos, or is it something vague, open for interpretation for the audience? And to me, because I still am quite a noob when it comes to 21 Pilots, right? Yeah, it is often the point of consideration for me. But for this, hopefully, yeah, you guys will fill me in. I think this especially is probably the most important part of the contract. So is this even Josh, guys? Is this even Josh? Because Josh is handing Clancy something, I would say, right? With the color red, there's a big fat red stripe on it. So I would say I would say it isn't crazy to think that this isn't Josh and this is just maybe Nico, right? Handing him the hood of a bishop. Really just trying to make Clancy one of them. Because I think one would argue Clancy is making his way to become a very powerful character himself now that he is wearer of the same powers um, of the bishops, right? Same powers as the bishops. We can obviously we see the bishops working together to send out a surge, thunder surge of necromancy powers, just calling upon all the dead corpses in the ground to fight on their behalf. But I think it's a group effort. I think if Clancy would be teaming up with others wearing the same power, yeah, I think, and maybe even more, I think Clancy would be capable of doing such things. Um, yeah, I think he's the chosen one, right? It's not crazy to think that. So who is this? Josh, is this you? Josh, please. Please tell me, Josh, is this you? And what is this? Josh, what are you handing Clancy? Please tell me. Clancy, why are you hesitating, right? What am I missing? And this is exactly the shot that I was talking about. In the previous video, Paladin Straight, we can see that Nico is grabbing him by the throat, Clancy by the throat, and Clancy closing his eyes, opening his eyes. So from the beginning to the end, this is all happening in between those two, closing his eyes and opening his eyes. Guys. All right, yeah, so very crazy clip, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that is kind of the beauty of it, right? I am yearning for more. I'm yearning for more. It is the end of the playlist that is made. So I would think that some people would say this is the end of the story, but to me, it doesn't really feel like the end. So I think I hide behind the fact that to me it doesn't feel like the end of the story. So it is okay for me to not understand it all 100%, right? So hopefully you guys are easy on me and say things like, yeah, man, you got that right, and I don't really understand it myself, but you're raising some good points, right? I'm just making some suggestions as to what you guys can say to me. But yeah, for sure, I'm very excited to get into some more. And now that we have revisited the last one, the contract, now that we have finished the story, I think it's very much time to really get into the sidetracking and the backtracking and just seeing the small Easter eggs that is found throughout all of the videos, because now I don't know it all, but I think I have been acquainted with the story adequately, so I can really appreciate all of the other potential Easter eggs that are shown in the videos. So for that, I am very excited. But honestly, when it comes to 21 Pilots, I am just excited. When it comes to just 21 Pilots, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to get into it. So yeah, come through with the recommendations now that we have finished something that is just set into stone already from the I Am Clancy to this. Now we have some freedom to really check out this, check out this, check out this. So yeah, let me know, guys. I will backtrack and really see all the comments, because there have already been some recommendations, right? So I will backtrack a bit in the comments and yeah, see what I can check out. But yeah, guys, just for this moment, you guys can give me your recommendations again, and I will check it out. Thank you so much for joining me for my very exciting journey into 21 Pilots, the story. And I hope to see you in the next one, when we will be covering something else by 21 Pilots. But it for sure is going to be 21 Pilots. I'm sorry, that was maybe a bit loud. Yeah, thank you. So happy to be part of the clique. All right, guys. All right. See you tomorrow.